we are running out of time, but I do want to ask both of you one more question, and it's what's the biggest mistake someone could make with site selection? And by contrast, what's the best advice you would give somebody when choosing a laundry site? And Mike, let me start with you. Biggest mistake, best advice.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest mistake is you got to put a lot of time into this. And it's not, especially if you're going to, we're working on our fifth store and, there's a lot of time that's going to be put into that by me. And this is all I do. And, I like to work. So I work, 50 hours a week in my business, maybe more. My wife will probably tell you it's all you do. But I think that's a mistake where this is something that it requires time. You don't want to make mistakes. And I think on the way we do it, we do buy distressed stores. We know what the infrastructure is. We're able to get into the store prior to signing everything just to make sure there's no hidden surprises. And so, I think doing thorough due diligence, I don't think you have to do as much due diligence on, is it doing, in a simple math, $1,000 a week or $1,200 a week? Is it doing 10,000 a week or 11,000 a week? I think that's so narrow looking, because whatever you're going to do, you're going to do way more. That's your goal. Your goal is not to go into the store and replicate what the old owner has. Your goal is to, put in new equipment and go 3 or 4 times what that old store was. So I think the one thing that I think people don't realize is it is time consuming, and nothing goes as fast and it never goes as right as you want it to. So you just got to be patient. But I think, that's a mistake people can make, is thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be easy, and it's not easy.
Right, right. Lee, how about yourself?
Yeah,
Mistakes and advice.
let's say under allocating the amount of cash that you're going to need when you start up, and another is over projecting. It is great to sit around and say, "Oh my goodness, if this store does 6, 7 turns a day, look at this! This is awesome."
Right.
Deal in reality. Know your worst case scenario. What does it look like to barely squeak by? And again, that includes cash flows. That's my model. My pro forma is cash flow based. And so you just need to make sure that the amount of cash that your business is generating is enough to pay your notes down, and enough to provide you not just with a salary that may be included in the pro forma, but also with equity that you're paying back into the company, and able to cover taxes, because you're going to have taxes also. If you're making good money, don't over equip. A lot of stores that we go into are just over equipped. So if you can do 1 extra turn per day with less machines, you're going to be more profitable, and you're also going to have to come up with less cash to begin with. So just don't over equip. You can maybe build out your store so that you can add that backside of the last bulkhead once you get to the 6, 7, 8 turns per day, and you say, okay, now's the time to buy that last row of equipment to free up some space. So just be careful on those things.